Welcome to Sword Tongue HQ.
Once again, we're happy to be here. We're happy to see you guys. It's New Year's Eve.
Welcome to the end of fucking 2020. You can truly say now hindsight is 2020 in just a little bit.
Good Lord, I'm really glad that we're here on the final day of 2020. And we have an announcement to make, which is that at 9 o'clock, we will be premiering our second full-length video, self-produced.
Yes.
And that is on YouTube. So if you go to our channel, you'll see that we have a premiere. We're going to do that at 9 o'clock. So we're just going to chat with you for a little bit before that happens.
The song is Broken, the Shattered remix by our good friend Kamakiris.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. And that song is up for sale on our Bandcamp page.
Mm-hmm.
And it has all the proceeds are going to be donated to the NAACP.
Bingo. So
yeah, I feel like I'm getting cut off. We had a little bit of a camera kerfluffle,
and now I'm paranoid and I'm going to look again. Okay. So nope, you're there.
Okay, good. Yay, I'm here.
Yay. The joys of self-producing everything you do.
Yeah.
So we are not at the upper crust.
At a very amateur level.
Yes.
Let's be very clear about that. Right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, today is very special for another reason.
Oh, here we go. It's our anniversary. We've been married 2 years in a little less than...
It's 3.5 hours?
3.5 hours. Yeah, we got married at midnight.
Uh-huh.
So...
Said our vows at midnight.
Super lovey-dovey and everything. We did the thing. We did the marriage thing.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah. I hope so. Shit. So.
Well, and I know I'll get. They'll. Sorry, we've got the computer with the YouTube going on, and it just like.
It just there we go.
It just went out of it was like sleep mode.
Yeah, we're gonna stare very, very awkwardly while our own song is playing when it premieres.
Right. So you'll see a reaction video to our own video, which we've already seen.
Yeah. Bad reactions only.
Seems kind of meta. Anyway, but no, Gaetano actually proposed to me on New Year's Eve.
Yes.
And it was really fantastic. It was 2016 and you know, it was just after the election, and I think that I was just feeling particularly just blown apart by what was happening all around me. I wasn't taking it very well. And but I was trying to muscle through, and we were going into the city, into San Francisco, to be at a friend's house party. And on the way in, first of all, remember I said, I'm kind of in the mood for 80s party music. You know,
yeah.
Are you okay with that? And he was like, sure. And sure enough, the first song that comes on the list is
White Wedding.
By Billy Idol. Yeah, I know. Totally prophetic and totally not planned.
Exactly. So
so there was that. And then I said that I wanted to try to focus on the positive.
Yeah.
And the way that I had seen this done, and it was kind of a cheeseball kind of way, but every time something good happens, you write it on a slip of paper and you put it in a jar. And then when it's New Year's, you take all the slips of paper out and you think about all the good things that happened.
It's a gratitude, not attitude sort of way to look at a whole year. So
yeah. No, we should have done it for this year, really. But I just got really down in it. I mean, I don't mind telling you that there were several issues, and I just it was really difficult. This year was really difficult. But along with that, to finish the story about the proposal. I swear I don't have ADHD. But so we get to our friend's party and we count down to midnight. And then my friend, who's the host, who's totally in on it, by the way, everyone was in on it. I had no idea this was coming. And said, does anyone have anything they want to say? And sure enough.
Yeah, I basically broke it down all super romantic because I had pretty much written it in my head the whole evening. I went into it a couple months previous. I had contacted all of Jennifer's friends who I knew that were going to be there, and let them know that I was going to propose, but I didn't make up any sort of idea or plan. It just all kind of organically came together that evening. So basically I gave this whole speech that basically led into the fact where I got down on one knee and had basically
He
gave
told
her
them the
first
jar of slip of
yeah.
paper idea.
And gave her the first slip of paper, which when she opened it said, "Will you marry me?" And then I had a whole bunch of really, really, really cool, absurdly large stone rings that were like, there was like 10 for $1, and they were amazing.
Hilarious. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she got to pick her color, her favorite stone color. That way there was no guesswork involved. I was like, if I give you all these choices, there you go. So yeah, it was great.
So that was amazing and wonderful.
And this year wasn't a total bust either.
No,
so.
it wasn't. I mean, there's a lot of good things that happened for us personally, especially with Sword Tongue.
Yeah, we wanted to say thank you to anybody who made it out to the 3 shows we did this year before the world went to shit.
Well, one being December 2019.
Well,
no,
there was 3 actually we did our first show in December, but we did 3 from January all the way until when we got shut down in March. Yeah. Yes,
look at us go. I don't even remember live music.
Yeah.
Folks, I don't even remember shows anymore. That's how long this year's lasted a decade.
Well, we had 3 shows at venues, but then we also did 1 show online.
Yes.
So to anybody who ever attended those first 4 shows of the year, we really, really appreciate it, and we really, really love you very much.
Do you have your phone on you?
I do. It's in the back, though. It's behind me. So I was going to be good enough to just
I just wanted to see if anyone's online. Just in case anyone's actually watching right now.
Before we get to that, yes. I also wanted to say we also released an album. That's kind of a big thing considering it's our first album. We dropped a music video. We're dropping another music video. We've done plenty of these live.
Done a couple of these lives. We had 2 subscriber drawings.
Yes, that's correct. Was awesome. So we did lots of things.
Super fun.
Here, let me.
We reached over 100 likes on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
We got included in a compilation from a wonderful independent label called Sell the Heart Records here in the Bay Area. And they really they're committed to keeping up the culture of music and keeping up the connectivity even in times like these. And they have a wonderful podcast and a lot of artists that work with them. But we were part of a compilation called, what was it?
It was what's gonna come here? I have no connection back here, by the way. So.
What?
Meh. So yeah, that's
Well,
so
you know what
we're gonna go on faith that you're all here. We can't read your comments right now if you're making any.
Hi.
But we love you. Hi. We will get back to you after that. We promise.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
So you know what? I'm going to pull up that Bandcamp.
Yes. Oh my goodness, I feel so terrible right now for not.
I know, right? Like I've got like my memory's shot, so there's that, but I'm looking it up because I want you all to know about it.
Bodies Upon
the Gears.
Volume
2. I think that there's 3 volumes now.
Mm-hmm.
And some great Bay Area musicians that are part of this. And all of the proceeds, I believe, are being donated to racial justice organizations.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Sell the Heart Records. If you go to our Bandcamp page, there's a link to Sell the Heart Records, and that goes right to Bodies Upon the Gears Volume 2.
And we want to thank Andy for reaching out to us and letting us be a part of that as well, too. We love you!
Yay! So, and we're looking forward to more collaboration in 2021, perhaps.
Yes, perhaps. We shall see.
We'll see how that goes. But then we also had, besides the EP, Shadows in the Shape of Men, we also had a friend of ours remix one of the songs, Broken,
which is the video
that we're premiering tonight. Yeah. So it's great. We had a remix of our song, and we might have more remixes with him in the future. So that's really exciting. I think that a lot of this is like building the foundation for the future of Sword Tongue.
Right, and we also have been hard at work. As of this weekend, we'll be putting the finishing recording touches for a second song off of our as yet untitled, maybe possibly titled EP number 2. So we are hard at work at that, and
we already have one song recorded, and that is going to come out in January. Most likely on my birthday, the 27th.
Yes. So
you notice how we both pause.
Yeah, just wait.
Okay, don't hold me to that.
Yeah.
Because what we'll end up doing is doing a lyric video that's or maybe something more, but
We don't know yet.
some sort of video on YouTube, and we'll premiere the song that way, and then it'll be available, and that will be, you know, kind of the initial cornerstone piece of our new EP. We're gonna keep with the EP format, I think.
Yeah, 5 songs is easier for us because, as if you don't know, we're both active parents, so it does take up a lot of time, and even though we're lucky
With
enough
full-time jobs,
and
which we're lucky to have.
Yeah, we're lucky to have, and you know, we're lucky enough to have our own recording studio at our home as well. It's a luxury to have that sort of space, and hence the Sword Tongue HQ here. And I'm just gonna keep calling it that.
I know.
But yeah, we definitely are working, but we're working at a pace that is very constructive for the both of us, and also helps avoid music burnout. When it comes to writing music, we tend to write when we are pretty much, for the most part, inspired. I'm not one of those people who loves to just churn out things.
Except
just to
you.
churn
You
it
just
out.
like churn out riffs.
I do.
Like he says, I don't churn out music, but you know, honestly, folks, what happens, and this is the honest to God truth.
Oh God.
We come in here to the studio, and then he's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna warm up. So he starts warming up and then starts on a particular chord, and then he's like, ooh, I like that. Ooh, where am I gonna go from that? Ooh, what's that? And I was like, didn't we come in here to practice
I have no idea what I'm doing.
a song for recording?
Zero ideas what I'm doing, people.
No, it's fantastic, and it's fantastic, right? It's a very good problem to have.
Thank you.
Thanks. But sometimes you make me feel a little like, you know, like I'm slacking on the job. But
No, I just don't.
I can't keep up with the riff machine.
Oh God, all this.
All this.
No, why did I do that?
If you can't tell, we have we have a lot of fun doing what we're doing, and
Yeah,
it's very fulfilling. It's you know, for me this year, I wrote a new song, not the one that's gonna debut in January. But can you give me the lyric notebook right there?
Yes.
I wanted to read just a little bit of it. This is a sneak peek. This is like I did not.
Into the mind, behind the music, the story you don't know.
Oh my God, the myth, under the legend, under the enigma that is Sword Tongue.
Sorry,
I don't know.
everybody,
Yeah,
we're terrible.
yeah, we cannot be serious
No,
with these
not
things,
at
can
all.
we?
No.
Our music is serious, so
Yeah.
that we don't have to be.
Yes.
Right?
There we go.
I particularly work out a lot of things through my lyric writing, and as I started writing this new song, when did we write Echoes? Was that in 2019? Did I write that at the end of that?
Well, Echoes was literally right after I had written the riff to Echoes after we had finished all the music for Shadows in the Shape of Men, but it was when we were preparing for live shows
when did
before
we record that?
We recorded that right after we finished Shadows in the Shape of Men, like June.
So that was a while ago.
Yeah, it was like June. Like we
Over
released
a year ago.
We released Shadows in May, and then we had recorded that whole song and had it done by June. It was
right. We had this whole like era when we were going to be gung ho and like start working on the next album, and then I quietly fell apart, and so that kind of tabled that thing for a good many months.
Also the extreme
to be
heat. To be honest, we do not work well when it is hot, and the studio gets incredibly hot, like 100 degrees hot in the summer. Makes it impossible to work.
It is not yet insulated in here.
Yes.
We're working on that.
It's my fault. Sorry.
But so yeah, it makes it pretty impossible, and when I'm sweating profusely, I don't feel like being creative or like grinding out a song or what have you. Anyway, regardless of the reasons, like we wrote it before things got really hot and before things got really complicated. And then I started working on this year, like right after the shows, I think, we started working on Twilight. That's the second song.
Yeah, we started working on Twilight right after we finished Echoes. It was right before it started really heating up, and that's
you know what? I wrote the first verse, but I didn't have
correct.
the other part. Okay.
That's correct. There we go.
So I mean I distinctly remember writing the lyrics right around January, like February, like right around because I was all of the protests were going on.
Yes.
With George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, and I remember just like feeling really blown apart about that too, and wanting to process that and make a statement without owning any of that grief, right? So I think that I don't want to speak for anyone, but I had to process that emotionally in my own way. And so that was like yeah. So some of the lyrics were, hide here in the dark, far from the storm, slow is the aid we want and need, stay hidden, stay safe, stay warm, wait for the light to come, free us from harm. And that was one of the things that I wrote around that time. And then like it was, we recorded the whole thing. We were going to send it for mixing. And then I listened to it and I was like, we basically have like a 5-minute ending that's just vamping. I'm like,
yeah,
that's horrible.
Really bad.
That's really horrible. And I know that we've done some long vamps on songs, but
yeah, we'd like to think we learned a little.
This was a little excessive.
It was a little musical.
It was a lot excessive.
It was musical. Forget the term, but musical masturbation. It was pretty terrible.
It was really. I was just like halfway through. I was like, I can't listen to this anymore. We have to write this, and I need to write another verse. What it was. Right. I realized I needed to write another verse, but the first verse, the way that I'd structured it, I actually ended up singing it twice, and the second time I sing lower, I loop the first one. So it's a little bit of loopery in there. And I was trying to figure out how to go back and do the second verse without being too gimmicky or being too long. And so it took a long time for me to write those words. And those words actually came to me after the fires in California. So this summer. And the words that I wrote were, feel through the air, hold the ground, fire and we cannot breathe. So I feel like I read that's not all the lyrics to the song, but those are the ones that, you know, as I was looking back at this year, I realized that I ended up processing a lot of this year into our new song Twilight, which will hopefully come out sometime in the spring. We might just do it with the album.
The Echoes will be the one single we kind of the teaser we give everybody, but
because that one's mixed and mastered and
that's all done. It's ready to go.
It's ready to release.
But as far we want to show everybody kind of how we've evolved and how we've changed our song, our style. Not style, how we've progressed our style, and that song is very indicative of what we've done. What we've learned, because Shadows in the Shape of Men before was really an album over like 4 years, honestly, and it was just us getting our bearings and getting together. And now that we've put everything together, especially with our live show, and we know our limitations, because we do prefer to do everything analog, with the exception obviously of drums. We like to do all of our looping, all of our effects, all of our layers, everything live, and learning what our limitations were allows us to push said limitations now, so we don't resort to any studio trickery or anything like that.
So Echoes was the first song that we wrote from scratch both together. I think that a lot of the song Shadows in the Shape of Men, the title track for our EP, was one that we had initially worked on together, but some of those songs were like How Long and was something that I had written before that never saw the light of day.
That's correct, yeah.
You know, drumming we did work on. Sever came up. You had this riff that was like kind of like not exactly our style, but I loved it so much. And I was like, and I, you know, honestly, Sever for me, Sever is a song about cutting, but it's about empowerment. So for me, and I needed to write that song for my own, this is how I process things through lyrics. So those were kind of, they didn't really have a cohesion that I think that we're coming to now. So when I look at Echoes and I look at Twilight, there's definitely a different feel to those. And I feel like we're getting to some really interesting kind of Witch in the Woods kind of vibe.
The music's taken on much more of an identity now, and we're really excited to push these boundaries and to show you all what we've been up to, and it's going to be interesting. When this basically tonight's video is kind of the goodbye to Shadows in the Shape of Men, this whole era of it, which was very short-lived, obviously, because the world just basically collapsed, and we're hoping after summer science prevailing, that, enough of the population is vaccinated so we can go back to having some semblance of shows with whichever venues are left remaining. And we can start performing these songs for you all, because it's like, as I said before, it's really a step up, and we're really excited, and we really want to throw these in. They're much more thematic.
They were written with live performance in mind.
Yes, exactly.
And that's the other thing too. Like, I think that especially Shadows in the Shape of Men, like when we first put that song together, it was much different than how it was on the EP, because we realized that we needed to be able to play it live.
Right.
And as Gaetano said, we don't do a lot of like playing along with recordings, with the exception of the drums that we have.
Yeah, only the drums are the only thing that are actually programmed, and that's just due to the fact that it just makes it easier for us to work on our own time frame.
Yeah.
And eventually at some point we might have a live drummer, but as far as everything, our engineer pretty much handles all the drums for us.
And he's like Grammy winner, Emmy winner.
We love you,
composer.
BZ.
Yeah. So shout out to BZ.
Yeah, to BZ
Lewis of Studio.
132.
132. Studio 132 here in Oakland.
If you ever need mixing, look him up.
Oh my God.
If he could fit you in his schedule.
Super reasonable. Great guy to work with. Very responsive.
He is a wizard.
Just amazing.
Yeah.
The first time I took the album to him and I said, so this is pretty much the what did I say? I was like,
the final mixes.
The final mix, because we just wanted him to master it. And he was like, but is it though?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he'll give you that constructive criticism.
Yeah.
But, in the end, he'll respect whatever your directive is.
Right.
And that's super great to work with.
Yeah, super easy to work with.
Yes. And so also shout out to Curtis Germany of Moodologist.
Correct.
He did our first video for Drowning, and it was just a delight to work with from start to finish. Yeah. Also, like, super reasonable in Oakland. So we wanted to
support local businesses, please.
Support Oakland. And he listened to all of our, my crazy ideas. I was like, I want to shoot at Lake Merritt at night. And he was like, all right. He's like, what do you think about like shooting in a bedroom here for this part? And I was like, okay. I was like, and then, we just kind of came together. And then on the day of was just super flexible, super easy to work with. In the last video that we did for the subscriber drawing, we were talking about that. And for Halloween.
Yes.
For Halloween. And I said that, I didn't realize what it was going to be like to be on camera for that. So that was a whole
trip. She was such a trooper.
Oh my God.
Really was such a trooper.
But Curtis was also amazing, and just in terms of his patience and direction and working with us. And
it was very
so
easy,
happy with the end result.
I'm an amateur when it comes to anything video related, and I'm really just shy in general, which is why I play music, because that way I can just kind of suck myself into my own world when I play. So
we have 5 minutes. The video that we're debuting in 5 minutes on YouTube, and you can go to our YouTube channel on our profile. We are going to just watch the premiere here, and so you'll probably hear it. But that video, I really wanted to. So I do video production for work, but it's all very technical stuff. It's either technical or marketing, and when before my current job, I was working for the Pacific Boy Choir Academy in Oakland, and I did a lot of video projects there, and really became enraptured with the idea of video as a storytelling medium. So that's so I wanted to try my hand, but I was like, film clips I don't want to shoot everything myself. I don't have a lot of high-end equipment, and so if I wanted to use stock video, I started looking at stock video, and it's really expensive. Yes. And I have to give a big shout out to Caroline Blind.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who turned me on to a site called Pexels, PEXELS.com. It's in the credits for the video. But they have stock photography that is free to use with credits, and it's just been a wonderful source. So using Pexels, I was able to source video clips for this, and then kind of put learn Adobe Premiere and cut the whole thing myself. So
she's so smart.
Oh my God. Well, it took forever. Like, when Curtis did the video, it was done in a week, right? Yeah. Like when I do the video, I started like 3 months ago,
Yeah.
And
two,
I just
2
I have
months
to
ago, 3 months ago.
I have to fit it in where I can. I'm also not the smoothest of I don't have mastery over Premiere, so I would be like, okay, how to use strobe? Okay, then I'd have to like go and like Google that shit and and look up all the things that I wanted to find all the basics because I'd never had a class in it. So obviously working with a professional is a shortcut to having your creative vision realized, and they have more resources in terms of lighting and all of that. So we were able to kind of like get by with the lights that we have and using my iPhone to record us in between all of the stock videography. But it was a really interesting learning curve. And a super cool project, but literally guys, I like finished the video today.
Yeah.
And it was like,
It was the final blitz.
I think it was like halfway done when I started working on it this morning. And so I had to pull in a bunch of extra video clips. I had to re-edit the sequence of things. I had to figure out how to do effects on the video clips so that I can, adjustment layers so that I could make it look kind of seamless, have the same look the whole way through. And then, kind of add the credits and the title and that kind of thing. So it was like, a lot of this.
Yeah.
But I'm pleased. And look, in
1 minute.
In
1 minute, almost.
In 1 minute, we're going to, do I have to refresh?
Yes.
I don't think I do. I think it goes up like, I'm noticing up next is the Eagles farewell tour. And I feel like
I'm okay with that.
I feel like that's an unfair association here.
I'm okay with that, though.
I'm okay with that, but really? Like, that's what's up next?
They're trying to, shoo us off the stage. They're like, all right.
Yeah.
So.
Make way for someone who's professional.
Yeah.
So and just a word of warning in case you have photosensitivity, there's the video is like 95% strobe. So just I understand that if you have a photosensitivity and you can't watch the video, I totally understand. That was a choice that I made.
It's not flashing color strobing though. It's black white strobes, but
no, it's flashing so we used a strobe when we were upcoming premiere. Is it supposed to December 31st?
Yeah.
One waiting. Okay, I think it does.
Here, it should be going any second.
Yes.
So.
Sorry. So that we had our stage lights on, and I set them to strobe with a background, and then in order so it didn't look too weird jumping from the strobe to the stock clips, I actually used a strobe effect on some portions of the stock clips.
Yes.
And then it kind of strobed between the stock footage and our footage, which I think was a really interesting visual choice.
Mm-hmm. Should be going right now.
I know it should. Let's see. One waiting. Show more. Now it did this last time. Last time it just.
I thought it was just autoplay.
Oh, Premiere will begin shortly.
Yeah, that's what it's been saying for like.
Oh, it has. Sorry, I missed that.
Maybe it's like.
I'm gonna refresh.
Yeah, come on! Here we go. There it is.
Wait. Did it?
It's on play.
Started less than 1 minute ago.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we'll watch it. Oh, there it is. You have to press play.
It's like half it. Yeah.
So, if you're on the YouTube video play, you might have to refresh, and you might actually have to hit play to get this lovely countdown. It's at 1:35. Yeah.
It could have done this like a minute before the video actually started.
I know, but unfortunately, it's like we set it to 9 o'clock, and it's gonna premiere at like 9:03.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Shakes fist.
Shakes fist. Yeah.
But par for the course of 2020.
Yeah.
So I was talking to my son today, and I said, I love you, and I know that 2020 has been hard, and I hope that, and I have a feeling that 2021 is going to be better. And he just looked at me and he's like, well, it's a low bar. So.
Well, one thing, if I'd say there's any
He's not wrong.
If there's any hope for 2020 or 2021, I just hope that when music comes back, that everybody go out there and support live music, please.
Yes. Support
Venues depend on it. The people who work there, the people, traveling musicians, the people who work under traveling musicians. Without the
buy
arts,
music from musicians.
please. But without it's great to have things like Spotify and stuff like that. And we all use it. But, if you find yourself playing it like 3-4 times, like, please support the artist.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who. That's how they make their living. Internet doesn't really help them. Neither does Spotify. Spotify is a great tool to get it out there.
We can't wait to see all of you again and
Yes.
be able to perform songs live for you.
Yeah.
That's really what we're about.
Yeah. It's
10,
10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
San, mi, each, go. And watch, it won't work. No, there it goes.
Oh no, it's totally going.
There we go. So we hope you all enjoy this. We're gonna be quiet now. Give reaction faces.
Yeah, see, I just, it's very important to me to hit certain notes in the song with visual cues. And so I try really hard to do that. How am I going to accent, what am I going to accent, and how am I going to accent that? Yeah, so here's the strobe part. Mind and body severed. I hope people can watch this with the strobe.
I think it'll be okay. Like I said, it's not multiple flashing colors, so there we go. Finally able to get some internet connection too here. So,
Oh, excellent.
yeah, there are people with us.
Oh, nice.
So, hi.
And Comic Heroes just did a fantastic job remixing this song.
Really, absolutely.
We're so in love with this. In fact, we when he sent us the final track, we were like, "So, want to join the band?" He was like, "Oh man, I don't even know how I'd be able to do this live." So it's definitely a studio collaboration.
I think he is grossly underestimating his musical ability. Though.
Well, it would be a challenge for sure.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Most of these video clips are from one video shoot. I think somewhere the videographer's in Russia. Waves of fear pull you under. Waves of love tear asunder. I really wanted to have kind of a degraded feeling about the visuals, like everything's kind of falling apart. And have that be a reflection of the interior landscape. And this part with Gaetano and I is part of one long Kitsune shoot. We just shot. I think we shot the first one, and we shot it once and realized that the framing was off. Like it was cutting my face off.
No, don't cut your face off.
And I was like, it's fine. It's all fine.
It's all fine.
I'll just use some of that. I'll cut it in, and then I didn't end up using any of it. It was fine.
We took two full shoots of the whole song, so
I didn't use any of that first video.
Oh. But we still took 2 full shoots. So
it's there. I could have.
Yeah.
I just want to get it done.
Until it's not.
And Gaetano was very patient with me in game and like setting all the whole thing up, and he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, you're fine. It's good.
I made it work.
You did.
So it's some kind of Shiva stuff going on. Like her arms are moving in one direction, my arms are moving in another direction, kind of counter of what she's doing. So
it's kind of like a metaphor for our relationship a little bit. When I'm falling apart and you're behind me, like it looks like you're like working against me, but you're actually like holding me together.
no mushy moment. Yeah, I'm very pleased with how this came out. Like, she is definitely the brain when it comes to this stuff. I write music. She does all the awesome video stuff. So
I think in that moment I was kind of adjusting my hair a little bit.
Yeah.
Trying to, I'm like, maybe I'll cut that out, and then I didn't.
behind the scenes, everybody.
The remix is so great because it brought in some really introspective moments, especially at the end with the audio tracks that coming up that he put in there.
Yes, I love it.
I just think it really, like, he really heard what I was trying to say with this track. You know, and I repeat this moment with the hand, but I think it's like, this is the touchstone. Like, you keep coming back, like, in moments when you're falling apart, you like try to hang on to those touchstones and come back to those things that center you. That's one of my favorite moments of us with with your hands out.
Yeah, I love the end line right here that Kamakira's put in. It almost reminds me of the litany against fear from Dune, and that's something I'm definitely is a big thematic theme for me in my personal life. So I love it. I love this ending to it.
Brain controls fear. Everything. Hunger. Anger.
Nice.
Woohoo!
We want to thank everybody for joining us
Yes.
tonight.
Thank you so much. Again, like, we couldn't do this without you guys.
Also, really quick, Happy New Year to everybody on the East Coast.
Yes.
Yes.
Happy New Year!
Happy
It's
New Year!
2021!
It's 2021.
You
so.
left the dumpster fire behind. We're only a few hours behind you.
Yay!
So yeah, thank you so much. And we're gonna say goodnight and put our jammies on and play some video games.
It's that kind of night. We love you all. Thank you for staying with us
We love
tonight.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.